It's not lies, Stefan. We are live for episode 191 of the Immaterial Gamers podcast with Ryan slowly walking into frame. There he
I don't know.
is.
I call that a brisk pace. I wouldn't necessarily call that slow.
That was slow. Ryan's
You wanna
always
know how
walking
professional
slow.
I am?
How
I'm so
professional are you?
professional that I'm gonna go get a drink of water after this podcast has already started.
Well, I was going to just try to introduce everybody, but now I can't introduce Duncan.
What, is everyone just tagging in and out as we do this? Just
Oh, wait, I'll be back. See ya.
So everyone, welcome to the Immaterial Gamers podcast. I'm your not host, I'm a guest, Ryan.
And I'm
Co-host.
the host. Yeah, co-host. And I'm the...
If it's just me, is Ryan doing the static? A little bit.
He's doing a little bit, but Duncan's now alive, apparently, Stefan says. So anyways, I'm Terry, Dark X. Then there's Duncan, that way. Geoff. I know it's Jeff, but I like calling him Geoff.
Geoff Vada.
Definitely.
We got
joke that's still going.
D down there, or Nel2, or whatever, millions of names.
Netlu.
And
Depends
then
on how good their
then
spelling
there's
is
some
at the
other
time.
guy at the bottom corner. He's not that important.
Oh,
Apparently-
I'm Ryan, and I'm
You're not an alcoholic, are you?
Again.
Are you an alcoholic?
No.
I'm Ryan, and I'm an
No.
alcoholic.
Oh God, no. Trying to bring up the
Denial.
chat while I'm here. You know.
Yeah,
Denial.
first
Denial.
stage.
Yeah,
Denial
I'm
first
Ryan.
stage.
Yeah, I'm Ryan, and I'm in denial.
You're in Egypt? Well, why would you be in Egypt?
No,
That's
no.
the Nile.
Oh,
to
sick
be fair-
burn.
To be fair, we can get our grocery shopping from a place called The Shop. So you know.
The shop.
Yep.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the shop, yo. What you want? Want some steak?
What you want?
What you
Oh,
want?
God, we are the most embarrassing set of people around here, and Terry as well.
That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm still bitter because of stupid Steam not letting me play Borderlands 3.
Oh, that's just still ridiculous. You know.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your Borderlands 3?
I don't own Borderlands 3, but Stefan had a free copy from Humble Bundle. So he gave me the code for it. Only it doesn't work in Canada.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's from
it's
Humble
that bad.
Bundle, and it won't work in Canada.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Lost Borderlands 3 code.
So Steph says Terry is more people than the rest of you.
Yeah. Technically, I'm just going to steal somebody's friggin' card and address. Maybe have to purchase a $1 game or something on your card and then put the friggin' game onto my Steam list and then delete your card.
We discussed this last week, though, didn't we? But what a load of bollocks!
Yeah, they need to come out with their own currency called Steam Points, and
Didn't we
games.
just call it Steam?
Yeah, we call it Steam. Basically, they have their own. You spend your currency to buy Steam, and then Steam is used for buying games, and then that would get rid of everything.
Does that mean
It's
that?
I feel
Would that
like
mean-
I feel like there should be like a really easy way to adapt the existing Steam wallet to that system, right? Surely it's like a couple of switches, flip. Now it's working.
No,
Probably one line of code, not even.
But does that mean that Stevenson's rocket will get unlimited forever?
Sure. Whatever you
Yeah.
just said.
What? Yeah. Whatever. You mean.
I have no idea where you're going with that.
I mean,
I agree.
Stevenson's rocket was one of the first steam trains.
Oh,
Right.
apparently Danny likes trains.
Got you.
Danny likes trains.
It got national rail. Stevenson's rocket lost to national rail. Rail, and the ones with the wider gauges.
You know what's a good train? Thomas. He was a good guy.
He wasn't a train, he was an engine.
Look, a
Stop.
train is just an engine that's got shit attached to it, okay? Like, we don't need to get
Actually-
semantical about. Oh, fuck.
Actually, a
Oh.
train.
Are we going on?
Are we going?
is-
Well, actually.
A train is a whole bunch of vehicles linked together. So they could have engines, they could not have engines. They could have freight, they could not have freight. So you're correct.
Well,
Okay.
at least you didn't. At
Alright,
least you weren't like a lot of people that just kept calling the show Thomas the Tank. Oh, no, tank engine, dickheads. Tank
But
engine.
why is he a tank
Roll
engine?
out!
Why is he a tank
Yeah.
engine? What's he a tank
I
of?
don't know.
A tank of
I don't
steam?
know. At least
Probably
you
steam.
don't call it.
I
At least you
mean,
don't call them like what happened on
tank
the
of
radio
water
last
for the
week.
steam engine?
What happened on the radio
Was
last
it
week?
a couple of weeks ago? On the radio last week, one of the producers of a radio show that I listened to accidentally called it a one-off Tommy Tank,
Oh.
which is not great because that's Cockney rhyming slang for. Yeah, exactly.
Did you guys hear about what Will Smith
Mm.
did?
Oh
Nope.
my
Boy,
god, yes.
Whoa. Let's bring that one.
Oh, you know what? Welcome
that
to the
title.
Immaterial Current Affairs podcast.
I have no idea.
Okay, so you know who Will Smith is, right, D? You know.
Men
Now
in Black.
listen up. Here's a story all about how Will Smith went and whacked Chris Rock on the Oscars.
And said some pretty bad words too.
Oh.
Yeah, he had some harsh language for that Mr.
yeah, so
Christopher Rock.
yeah, so live during the Oscars, Chris Rock was out
Oscars.
giving an award for, was it Best Documentary? I think he was out for, and he
Mhm.
was emceeing the event, and he, you know, like most comedians do on award shows, they
Tell jokes.
tell jokes usually at the expense of the audience in question.
Yeah.
The audience in question that you wanted to do a joke at someone's expense was Jada Pinkett Smith, you know, Will Smith's wife, who
Oh dear.
has a buzz cut at the moment because she suffers from alopecia.
Basically, her hair falls out. Basically, her hair falls out.
So she's cut it short to do it, and she's talked about this. Well, I've learned this now because I didn't know, because I don't watch her Facebook show, Red Letter Talk or whatever it's called. But yeah, so Chris Rock's out there and he's like, Jada, I love you. When's G.I. Jane 2 coming out? And the audience has a little bit of a laugh, including Will Smith. Except, so the only person who wasn't having a laugh was Jada herself, who rolled her eyes. Then the camera cut away to Chris Rock as he's just like, you know, that was an easy joke. That was a nice one. That was a nice joke. Uh-oh, as the camera cuts to Will Smith walking on the stage towards.
And it's just like,
Yeah,
da, da, da,
and
da.
his name is.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was either John Cena or it was Stone Cold Steve Austin at that point. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. As he walks up and just clocks Rock in the face with an open palm slap, but it was audible.
Yeah.
It was audible. You heard, oh,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh wow, okay,
Let
yeah.
me
So
demonstrate on my dog.
Yeah.
no, don't demonstrate on the dog.
Then Chris Rock's just like,
Yeah,
Will
he's
Smith
like,
just
"Oh,
slapped
wow."
the shit out of me.
Yeah, and the crowd's like laughing a little bit, and then you suddenly hear in the background just this muted voice of, "Do not." What is it? It was like, "Do not."
It's like keep my wife's name out of
Keep
your
my wife's
mouth
name out of my
with
fucking mouth.
with F word.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just like it was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was
I
not
will.
happy.
Yeah. The worst thing on this, D, is that 5 minutes later, Will Smith won the award for Best Actor in a Leading Role.
And had to handshake on stage with him, I take it.
No, because
Luckily, no,
Chris Rock
their
was,
interaction was over at that point.
Yeah.
But you know,
To which-
obviously, you're not just gonna go up, slap a dude, then 5 minutes later not acknowledge what you did when you have the opportunity to speak to the entire auditorium. It's like, so you're probably wondering how I got here.
So that would be WWE like, though, wouldn't it? So you just kick the shit out of someone, and then in a scene later, you just walk up, give them a handshake, and everything's all great, ready
Yeah,
for the
that'd be
next
pretty funny.
battle. Yeah, so yeah, it's made the Oscars the most relevant it's been in
A while.
yeah. So dear God, my God, it's like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was how exciting.
The sad part is
Yeah,
I didn't even
wow.
hear about this. I only was told this like I was only told this by Sapphire. I don't pay attention to all this stuff, but
Well,
I
I
was
wasn't
very
normally paying attention, but I do my usual thing
Well, I
of
feel like
waking up, going to the
90% of the
toilet, and
people
just
who heard
checking
about this
Twitter in the
story
morning.
didn't watch it happen. They
Yeah.
just heard about it on
Well,
social
the
media.
worst part is, like, I've never heard anything negative about Will Smith ever. Like, he keeps a pretty clean professional record.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he's in the limelight or whatever, he's been always doing good or always just being silly, like, always positive. So
Yeah.
I was very surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
You know,
Which I think is why it shocked everybody so much.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's
that's the
just
thing.
I think
People
it's just
initially
it's a
thought it was big.
personal.
I
Well, yeah.
when Sapphire
Everyone
first
laughed
told
at
me
first because
yeah.
they thought it was
A bit.
planned.
When Sapphire told me originally, I thought it was a bit, and then apparently she read later on. Like she even the article that she read it from, it sounded like a bit, and then she read a little
Yeah.
further, and you heard him cursing from the audience.
And everyone was very quiet when that happened.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, they
because
were.
as soon as he starts saying the F-bomb and stuff like that, you know it's not a because it's a family show. You know it's not a bit anymore.
You can't just say that.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
Chris Rock too. Like what a trooper. The guy was just like, all right, that happened. Kind of lost my train of thought. I think I'm presenting an award or something.
Yeah, but I guess the best bit out of this though were the reactions from people in the crowd. Particularly there was one of Nicole Kidman just going.
yeah.
For audio, that was just about as open mouthed as she could ever get. But then the actress behind Will Smith, Lupita Nyong'o, and the many faces, the many faces of Lupita as she was watching Will Smith in front of her, is just. There's viral videos of it everywhere. You should have a look. But you know, my God. Anyway, yeah, video gaming podcast, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's current events.
Yeah.
Will Smith was
Why not talk
probably
about
in a
some life?
video game at some point, right? Knowing him.
Or at least games were probably
yeah.
based off them.
Well, Jada Pinkett Smith was in a video game. She was in Enter the Matrix as
There you go. That's right in there.
whatever her name was. Naomi?
Sure.
Sure. Whatever you want.
We'll go with that.
Sure. Yeah,
World's your oyster, man.
World's
You
my
want to walk
oyster.
up to somebody and just slap them in the face, middle of impersonation? Go for it. Gloves
Yeah,
are off.
well. Ding ding. Well, speaking of gloves are off, the Fantasy League will be back on Wednesday.
Now, if I'm timing this correctly, Steph should be walking in Ryan's door any second now to slap him across the face.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I wish.
I'd be interested if he's still got the key, to be honest.
Knowing Steph
I'm
probably
surprised he has a
does.
key.
Oh, it was part of the old flatmate sort of idea. It was just we all trusted
We
each
all had
other.
a
It was just
key.
like here's a key. But no keys anymore, I guess. No, actually the lock changed since. So
It's
yeah.
the new door.
But I'll be keeping Steph's name out of my fucking mouth.
What about Steph's wife's name?
Steph's got a wife. Steph, have you been hiding something from us, mate?
Well, apparently, for all we know, it could be Will Smith's wife.
Whoa! Now Will Smith's gonna show up at your place.
They're in an open relationship. That's public record.
Yes,
I
know.
Yeah,
they're like a swingers, man. They don't care anymore. Apparently, allegedly, or maybe they do.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those
That's why you're
situations.
so upset, you know.
Probably.
And actually, you know what? I'll actually say this. This is the loosest since we were trying to do this new looser form podcast that we've been doing. This is about as loose as it's got. It's so loose, it's on the fucking floor.
Yeah, and it's not even about games anymore.
Yeah, well, it's to be fair. To be fair, oh yeah, Duncan's Secret Lab Titan chair.
Oh god,
we're not sponsored by Secret Lab. My god, do you think we?
That's terrifying how far back that goes.
Oh no, what's this? Oh no, I've got a private message. What's happening? Oh no, it's a message from Sapphire. Right, I got in one little fight and my mum got scared. She said, "You can't slap Chris Rock because your wife has no hair." Oh, that's bad. I should have.
You should have read that before you read it out loud.
Yep.
Well, now it's a matter of public record.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was someone else's joke. Will, you don't know who I am, Mr. Smith. I
Mr.
apologize.
Smith.
You know, It's like when you make fun of us, it's like, well, I mean, what are we gonna do about it, right? Like we're all poor people. It's like Will Smith, he's an actor. He travels. He's got money. He could showing
Yeah.
up in England. Not a big deal
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Really, not a
So
big deal
now.
at all.
Yeah. So now Will Smith will actually come through my door and give me a slap in the face.
Keep my
You'd be honored even still.
Oh, actually, yeah. I'd probably
To be
go.
fair, kind of
I'd
like
go.
how,
I'd never
kind
wash
of
his
like
face again.
in a lot of ways, it's kind of like the Oscars. Like it's be the most relevant that the podcast has ever been.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
We'd
absolutely.
be all over the news.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, yeah, so we got this fantasy league that we're coming in. Will Smith is not in the fantasy league. If he was, that would also be hilarious. But we've had another couple of eliminations. We're not going to say who, because that'll be on Wednesday's videos. But yeah, oh
Can we
God,
say that Terry
I
wants to
need to.
cry?
Terry wants to cry. Ryan, Ryan wants to cry about what happened over the weekend.
Make your own
Let's
assumptions of
be
what that
fair.
means.
No, well, there's no assumptions. I put it in the preview. I said I were going to talk about, in particular, XL's first and last playoff game of Spring Split.
In the
So,
arms of the
the
angel.
Angels. um,
Aw, you guys are so cute.
but yeah, so as part of doing the fantasy league, generally everyone else has to do predictions, and I will watch every League of Legends European Championship game because how else are we going to figure out the results if no one watches the matches?
Oh
So
yeah.
that's
Oh.
that's how that works. Made more interesting by the fact that because I was I'm still currently in the tournament, that the blind predictions phase that we do meant that I had no idea until scoring it after the fact later on. I had no idea what all of you fuckers put. It was an interesting thing, and I actually like the blind rounds once we get past the spreadsheet phase.
Yeah, because you can't just
Just,
go off of someone else's votes. You have to do
yeah,
your
it's
own.
just
You're
like
really doing your own for sure.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just how that works. So that meant I watched all 3 series over the weekend. Friday evening before we played more Fall Guys.
Friday.
Um, it was Rogue versus Misfits, and it was an interesting 4-game series. Rogue won 3-1. Misfits tried to get into it and they got like one revenge, and then Rogue, like Will Smith, just slapped him back down to earth, and you know, and that's how that works. I've got to really stop using the Will Smith analogies. Actually, that being said, XL's social media person Fosty did did use a Will Smith meme to describe XL's performance. But
I'm assuming
we'll
not
get
that.
there.
I'm not assuming not that meme.
No, that meme.
Oh, okay.
It spread
Um,
very fast.
yeah. Oh, yes, it did. But then second day, Fnatic versus G2, the big rivalry, the age-old rivalry, monologues, dynasties, kings, all that malarkey, ended up in actually just Fnatic just bitch slapping G2, just like, yeah, no, we're the winners this year. Or this split, we're going to be the ones to get the title. So then that leads to XL versus Vitality, and it was a 5-game banger.
Okay.
Bow chicka
Started
wow
watching it at
wow.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. It didn't finish until 20 to 9. I had to try and watch a Formula One race in the meantime. To be fair, the Formula One race, it existed, and it was great. XL jumped, got themselves going. A 59-second first blood to kick off a series, which is nice. It's like, oh, you think you're going to invade our jungle? No! And that's, that happened. And, 1-0 up, everything was great. And then Vitality evened it back up. 1-1. I was like, okay, right. This is exactly where I'm going. Note that I predicted a 3-2 scoreline for this one. Let's just say it didn't go the way I thought it did, though. It
I
didn't go the
also
way a lot of
predicted a
people thought it
3-2
did.
score for it.
Yeah. In fact, if I remember right on this, I don't think there was any one of us that predicted XL to lose this game, yeah?
Yeah, I predicted XL victory 3-2.
I can't check.
Harry, I think you predicted a 3-1 for XL, and Perky,
Mine was all
our
random.
bot, predicted a 3-0 to XL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very very spicy. And
That's
Darius, I think,
bold.
also went for a 3-2.
Who were they up
Steph went
against
for
again?
Vitality. So
Yeah, I
it was
think I
5th
did.
taking on 6th. And unfortunately, let's just get down to it. XL lost.
Yep.
So they
Been a
lost
while.
Take off the hat.
3-2.
Take off
No,
the
no,
hat. You gotta take it off.
Ha-
They lost. Take it off.
Have I got to take the? Have I got to take the wristband off as well?
Yeah, you're not allowed to advertise them.
Am I not allowed the but no, but they're
Nope,
still my
no more.
team.
They're not
They're
your
still
team
my
anymore.
team. They're still the team. Yes,
They are the
Yes, they are, but
losers.
yeah, but they finished. I guess at this point they finished 5th in the regular season, and they finished 6th out of 10 teams. Hell, they qualified for playoffs in the first place for the first time ever. So therefore, actually, I'm putting this wristband back on. There we go. And because of the celebration, the fact that they still made their first playoffs, and I expect the good things from for summer. The hat's going back on as well. Thanks, Terry. That was great. Thank you
Vitality
very
made the
much.
playoffs before?
Vitality have made the playoffs quite a few times. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Wow.
XL were at that
Wow.
point. XL were until the formation of Team BDS. They were the only team in the LEC never to make playoffs. So
Lily
now
wanted to
it's
make an
currently
appearance.
yeah. So now currently BDS
Hi,
is
Lilith.
now the only team to have not made playoffs. But that's because they're
Oh,
a
the
new
blur
formed
doesn't
team.
fix her face.
No, but we'll have to say this. There was the last game felt like it was sort of the pressure got to XL at that point. So there was sort of this idea of, just like with a 5-game series, it's easy enough to beat, a team once. And, at that point, beating them twice. That's fine. And XL had already done that beforehand in the regular season. They beat Vitality both times. But I guess a best of 5 is a different beast. So,
Sure is.
it didn't happen. But oh well, me teams now are now having a spring break. So that's how that works.
There you go. Early vacation. That's how you look at it.
I mean, to be fair, initially one of the social media posts came out was it from XL, and it just said #V for vacation.
There you
Because it's
go.
supposed to be like because Vitality's whole thing was #V for victory. So it was just like
There
V
you
for
go.
vacation. I was like, I was like, who's wanting to rewrite V's introduction speech from V for Vendetta? No one's got time for that. Actually, Duncan
Ain't
might
nobody
have
got
time
time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. So
What
yeah,
do you think,
I
Amber?
needed.
What comments do you have for this?
And
She's a dog of few words, but you know what? I think we all feel the way that she does about the situation.
yeah. Oh well. Oh, I've just realised we're still tagged as an English chatty challenge run.
Oh, I forgot to
Yeah.
remove the tags. My apologies. Oh well.
I tried, man. I tried my best. I was like, hey,
Who's this?
the channel's free
Who's
for
this?
those who need to know that information.
I guess. Roof.
Are you jealous, Max?
Lily,
Roof.
can you say hello? Say hello.
This is
You want
the
to?
section of the podcast where the pet owners
Oh, now you
Nope.
say woof? No, she doesn't want to say woof. I'm gonna get mommy. Beat her up.
Mummy's
Amber,
beating.
go kill.
okay, and Duncan is
There we
and Terry's gone back into the void.
I feel
So
so blurry.
I've basically got my stuff off my chest now, so I guess at that point you can just do the rest of the podcast. I'm just gonna.
No, we're all leaving. See you later.
Pood
No, I'm not.
All right, bye.
And Ryan is left to
Guys?
himself.
Guys,
We did that just before the podcast started too. We all just said, "Nope." He said, "Okay, you can leave now," or something. Or
you're just gonna expect me to
Super.
come back and just like oh, oh dear.
Um,
Well, I guess the other thing that I've learned on there, just one more last thing in regards to Excel is I've done the first thing in a long time. I've joined a public Discord.
whoa,
wow.
So, well, I mean, technically, the Immaterial Gamers Discord is a public Discord, um, which we discovered, which we confirmed while we were playing Fall Guys on Play Session this week. We did Fall Guys back to back. 2 crowns were won, and one of them was won by me. Right?
Yay!
you always win
Both
all
of
the
them were
crowns.
both of them were won by me. Actually, we damn tried to get Andrea a crown. Like, literally, there were 3 of us in the finale. There was me, Andrea, and some poor random chump who was never going to win it. He was never going to win it because of this one thing. I don't usually like acting like an arse in Fall Guys. I'm generally sort of, go for the
Very honorable
race and
player.
everything's great. Yeah, honorable. Which in Fall Guys is now determined gullible. I'm a very gullible player. But I decided no more. Andrea was going to win her first crown on stream by me holding the other bean back. I was going to grab him, hold him back,
Hold him back.
sacrifice my own final to give another immaterial gamer a crown.
Which in a way is its own type of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
Honor
like
among
reward.
thieves.
Well, yeah, guess who stole the crown?
You.
So yeah,
Me.
honor among thieves. There you go.
Yeah. It just needed to be done because I grabbed him, and then next thing I know, Andrew's rolling down Fall Mountain attached
Yeah.
to a ball. So,
Yeah, it was like those cartoons, like they get sucked up into the snowball and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger as they go down the hill.
it's just
It's just like that.
a ball with a couple of like bean arms stuck out of it. So it was me versus this random then to win this crown, and I had
And
to take it.
Yeah, he missed his crown and whoop, there goes Ryan.
Well, you
Yeah.
give Andrew a chance, though.
I gave her a
Yes.
fighting chance.
I appreciate the chance.
Let it be known though, button bashers, which is the name of one of the games, can go huff a dong. Because
Can it
it's
though?
just added
Can it
in now.
really?
The way it seems to work is a finale now only seems to occur when there is an odd amount of players below 12. If there is an even amount of players at any stage, definitely certainly between 4 and 12, you will have to do
Ring, 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 ring,
button
ring, ring,
bashes,
ring. Banana phone.
which is a duel game. So you and another opponent have a minute and a half to activate as many lit buttons as possible. And at that point, it then cuts the field by half. And then it goes to a finale. It's the
There
most
you go.
annoying thing. There's nothing worse than getting there. It's like, yeah, there we go, final 4. Button bashers. What the fuck?
Yeah.
There,
It's an
it's just
annoying game too because it's so random.
yeah, because the idea behind it is that one button. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons in the arena, and you and an opponent are on opposite sides of the arena to start. And then when the time starts, up one button goes yellow. Click that button, you score a point. It then lights up another random button,
Okay.
and that scores a point as well. In addition to that, every button triggers an effect in the arena. So there are 4 fans, 2 light platforms, and a gravity switcher in the middle. So it's like everything can just screw up a game because every button can potentially get your opponent towards the button that you're trying to do.
Potentially, yeah.
And it's just like, ugh. And then also, in addition, sometimes you can light up a button and it'll end up on your opponent's side of the field. They'll land on a button, and the next button that will appear will just be 2 footsteps to the left of them.
Yeah. It's
It can happen to you as well.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, it's not a great game type. Being
No,
if
I
I'm
don't like
being
button
honest.
mashers. Yeah. Um,
10 out.
I didn't. I just realised what you put in the chat, Duncan. You were replying to Steph's "Keep my wife out of your mouth," with just a response that just says, "This has a very different implication."
Yes. It's not quite what he said, and what he said is very different from that for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Oh dear. I've just realised I also actually have to. In fact, actually, is Steph still watching? Because if he is, no, he's not. He's gone. I was going to say to him, I can't watch Morbius on Friday because I'm watching it with Martin next week or the week after, or one of the two.
Yeah, but Stefan's more important than
I've heard
Martin.
fan reaction to. No, no. Steph has to realise that we've got to have the mandate and watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh,
Mandate.
is it
I
on
understand
Valentine's
it's
Day?
a man. It's a date among men, but it's
Yeah,
also like it says like it's mandatory, so it's a mandate. You know.
But is
yeah,
it on
yes.
Valentine's Day?
No, it's April Fool's Day. It comes out.
Then you're not allowed to watch it.
I want them to just. I want the franchise to just hit all of like the obscure holidays. You know, it's like next time it's going to be St. Patrick's Day. Then they're going to do Arbor Day. You know, for the fourth one.
Yeah, yeah.
Have,
Just
have a TV show premiere on like I don't even know, like Cinco de Mayo. I don't know, just anything.
yeah. Here we go. Yeah. While we're at it, by the way, that news thing, because in the middle of just realised I can't. I need to give it to Terry, I guess. Yeah, I'll give Terry
I
the
can't
link.
get to that.
Oh, you can't get to that?
Just put it
Hold
in
on,
any chat.
I can get to it. I can get to it. It's all right. Don't worry. So one of the things that we were discussing on in the middle of what's it called, in the middle of play session, was the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 themed Xbox, which
Oh
which
my
I
god.
will just put the news link, the Polygon news link, because it turns out the themed Xbox is an Xbox Series S with Sonic and Knuckles staring at each other with their hatred, their rivalry hatred thing that they do. But it also comes with two furry controllers.
Furry controllers?
Yeah,
Furry
so
controllers.
yeah, that way it'll feel like you're actually fingering Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a little interesting.
I'm just imagining like Sonic the Hedgehog doing like a commercial for this, like, "Hey kids, want to press my buttons?
That's no good.
Want to play with my switches?"
No. So
Like the old Sonic the
yeah.
Hedgehog
So,
PSA is like, "Hey, there's nothing better than being touched by somebody that you love. But if somebody that you know touches you in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, dot dot dot."
yeah. So so it turns out that they're actually it's a sweepstake limited edition um as part of Xbox. But yeah, the winners will win an Xbox Series S and the two controllers, one in Knuckles Red and the other in Sonic Blue, and they're furry. You can see in the article, you can see the furry controllers. Stroke the furry controllers. So Terry's looking really, really awkward.
No stroking furry controllers. That's gross.
I've gone very quiet because I've suddenly received a message that I'm not going to go into any detail about that as it is.
Okay,
Has
some
affected
sort
me.
of some implication. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So anyway, that's a whole that bit. Put that. I don't know.
yeah, furry controllers. Yeah, that might actually be the clip for the God, oh God, I hope no one. To be honest, this is one of these podcasts at the moment. While it's as loose as it is, I feel this is the one that we need to like tell people don't watch. No,
Yeah.
please watch, but dear God, don't watch. Okay, I guess there is another thing. Sorry, I feel like this is the Ryan Takeover podcast at the moment. I apologize, but
Take it
there's
over.
reasons. There's reasons. So you know that we do these video game challenges every now and again, yeah?
Every now and again, all the time.
Yeah, and you know how like Ryan, since Ryan speaking in the third person here. You know, since we've started the video game challenges, do you know how many Ryan has won?
0.
0, correct.
But isn't that because you host them?
Probably. Well, no, because I host them. I challenge myself and I lose. Though that being said, even though I lose, I win because last time it was a rhythm game challenge and everyone went and surprised me by buying a game.
And you love
You
your
know,
rhythm
I love
games,
my rhythm
anyways.
games, so that's there.
You sure do.
But I'm wondering if I could do, because we do have a video game challenge chat room in our Discord, and it hasn't been used recently. The most recent thing that we said we were going to do, and Steph is hungry and he's still waiting, is what's it called?
Gotta be something to do Among Us.
No. Is Operation Oven Sword.
Oh, Final Fantasy
You said
the-
sword.
Sword.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ryan has
Oven
unlocked
Sword.
a new recipe.
He's
Many
got
new
a new
recipes.
recipes.
Which
Wrong
is funny
Final
because
Fantasy.
which
I know.
is funny because I could technically play Final Fantasy 15 for RPN, but I'm very tempted to go with Duncan's idea of just trying to play through Final Fantasy 10 for the next one. Given the fact that I've never completed it, it would be interesting.
You've never finished. You'd have to finish it now.
Yeah, because that's the thing with an RPN stream. It's play the RPG to completion.
Unless, like your data corrupts or some shit.
You said completion.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. God damn it.
Dicks.
God damn it. Well, Terry, actually, it's funny you should speak up here. By the way, because you know what we've really not done for a video game challenge in a long time?
I don't
An
even think
immaterial
that's
gamer facing
appropriate.
another immaterial gamer.
I don't think that's appropriate.
It's very appropriate because this was the thing. I was going through my Xbox Game Pass and going through the EA Play stuff, and there was a particular game that reminded me of the good old days. It was a
Conquer
little game that
Online.
you and me used to play called Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we used to have fun. We used to fucking play the fuck out of the shit out of Hot Pursuit.
All right. Use more
Interceptors and
expletives, why don't you? Jesus fucking Christ.
all right. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I
Proper
will.
Englishman over here with his potty mouth.
Look, I was having a Tommy Tank.
Someone said something bad about your wife, and you had to, you just had to get it out there.
Yeah, we'll just do all the callbacks for the podcast this week. But yeah, we enjoyed the hell out of that game up until the point where my Xbox red ringed for the second and final time at that point. So we couldn't play Hot Pursuit anymore. By the time I got a new, an Xbox, everything had moved on. But Hot Pursuit Remastered is available on PC and Xbox Series X. And Terry, I've got this challenge idea in my head that we need to do one last run.
Yeah, but you always
One
beat me
last
in
race.
racing games. You always beat me in racing games. You're just a cheater
Yeah,
when it
but
comes to racing games.
well, you see, this was the thing on this because I said this to one of my workmates,
We've still got a
and
1-all to deal with.
We've
still got a 1-all to deal with.
Well, we do, but actually, no, Dirt 5 is not available. Actually, Dirt 5 might actually be available on PC. We could do it. We could do a final one. It's on Game Pass somewhere. But
Probably lose, but I don't know how I'll beat you that time.
Hey, well, things happen. It happens. I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination as a human being or in video games. You know.
Especially not as a human being.
Wow. Yeah, doubly so. But wow. Jesus, self-deprecation
Savage.
along with
Please
Jesus,
don't
I felt
slap
like
me.
I just got
Don't
slapped.
do it, please.
I just got
Stop it with the
Steph,
laser.
Terry, with the
Terry,
lights.
what are you doing?
Don't the seizures, Terry. You're gonna
Yeah,
make
folks.
somebody convulse.
There you go. Put up a photosensitive
You
warning.
Right, well, you see now, I don't feel as dodgy about this because every video game challenge that we're going to be doing goes on the idea of reward for success, punishment for failure. And I don't know what the reward for success would be, but I explained to my workmate of what a potential punishment for failure would be. He told me, "Don't do that. Do not do no, no. Right, shave your head, make a moustache. That's fine. Forcing the loser of the challenge to get the tattoo of the Need for Speed glyph. Too
Yeah,
far."
Yep.
That is a
I mean,
little
to
bit
be fair,
far.
the Need for Speed, the Need for Speed glyph is a nice glyph, but I guess he's a little bit.
That's
He's correct on that. So how about this?
Permanently
We've said
scarring
it.
your body
We've,
because you
we've, we
lost a game.
well, we'll try and find something a bit less extreme, shall we say? And how about this?
It's like,
I say the
the
challenge.
loser has to brand themselves with the fucking Immaterial Gamers
I'm not.
logo right in the middle
No,
chest. Just
no. I mean, to be fair, what are the challenges that we've ended up doing? It's like I've still got to find a point where I can do a fake music video
Parrying.
parodying. There we go. Another music
Parading
video.
dongs?
Greeking a music video. Still got to find a way of doing that. With with COVID finally
As he
being
coughs. As he coughs.
still continuing to test negative, thank you very much. You know, with what's it called? With COVID started becoming manageable. Big finger quotes. Um,
or at the very least,
we will be able
reaching a
to
point where
record
the
that
world's
video.
governments are giving up trying to manage it.
Yeah, and just going, if it happens, it happens. And fuck off.
They've hit the fuck it
But
But
stage.
moving on.
yeah,
With that
but
being the
so
case,
so with that being the case, I could what I do. I'm giving Terry the challenge that we do one last race in Need for Speed for all the marbles, and if Terry wants to agree with it, all he has to do
let's give them marbles.
is is determine determine the reward for success, punishment for failure.
So I have to choose the success and
So
failure.
yeah. So if you want
For
to
you
do this,
or
and
Ryan.
we do this, and once we agree to this, by the way, it's an active challenge. In a month's time from when it's accepted, we do the challenge. One shot
How am I getting this game?
win.
It's actually it's binding by it's bound by
How are
contract
you
as
getting the
well.
game? Is there a way we can either get you
Is it not?
a trial month for
Sapphire
Game
has
Pass or something like that?
Sapphire's Game Pass, so if it works for the
Is it,
computer,
So
then I can
is it
steal
available
hers.
on Steam?
it is available on Steam, but if it's on Game Pass, it would be easier to get because if
I'll
Sapphire
steal
has
her
Game
Game
Pass
Pass.
Ultimate, yeah, then we can steal Terry's Game Pass, and he's got it. I've got Game Pass, so I can do it there. We just end up doing a lobby, and we just do the race, and then
I
the
will
way
need time to
video game challenge
practice.
rules are. Well, that's the reason why we have the month time limit. So you got a month. We'd got a month. We'd have enough time to practice and do whatever we need to do. Maybe do a couple of races in the time to in the time being to practice against each other, and then once the month's over, we find a time, we record it, and
And
That's
I
the
win.
marbles.
and yeah, Terry wins or I win, and the
I
loser
win.
The loser has to buy
has
a
to
bag of
do
marbles to give to the other player. It's for
all
all
the
the marbles.
marbles. It really wouldn't surprise me actually if that was the case. Yeah. So a video game challenge. So in the witness of everyone else, we have that option now. It's there. So you have time to think about it,
You
Terry.
guys should try to. You guys should find a way to stream the game so
Oh,
we can watch it.
I'll take the challenge. We can stream it. I'm going to be playing on my computer.
Hey, let's do
Yeah,
it.
so we could do this actually as just like as a live stream, but I'll record like whoever the other person is will record their.
I got to make sure that my controller works because there's no way I'm doing it with a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, absolutely no. Do the controller. You've also reminded me, and since it seems that Steph's back, by the way, can't do Morbius on Friday, mate, because I'm going to be watching it with Martin, and we need to find a time to
Mine's purple.
to watch Sonic the
Mine's
Hedgehog as well.
purple.
Yeah, look.
The other thing is, I've got a play session idea that now I'll put it in the development chat. But for anyone who may want to turn up to play session on Friday, we'll need a pad and we'll need Parsec.
Parsec. Okay.
Um,
I think I
Because
had it
it's
at some point and I installed it, but I can
I think
get
you
to
had
it.
Parsec because I think we got you to use it to play Crawl for a play session. Because Steam's remote play is shite.
Hell's
There's no other
Crawl.
wave.
Dungeon crawler.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was the
Is it the one where
four.
where
It was the 4
is
players
it the one where
versus.
you're the ghosts that try to fuck each other over a little bit?
Correct. Yeah, you had to escape a dungeon, and your opposing teammates would then end up being some big eldritch beast at the end.
Yeah.
So I'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
To Steph, by the way.
Sorted.
But yes, I will take
yeah,
that. I will take that challenge.
Okay. In that case, I will place the rules in the video game challenge thing, and once you've decided on the forfeit / reward or whatever, we'll make it official.
Yeah, we'll figure that out over the next few days. But
Yep.
I'll accept your
Easy enough.
challenge.
Sweet, there we go. Live video game challenge accepted. What that one is that'll be called Codename Redline Revenge. I don't know why it's called Revenge. Redline Retaliation. I don't know. You know how our bloody
Red
video
Dead
game
Redemption.
challenge code names work. I call it Redline because that was like racing sort of thing. Yeah.
I had a car that was a red line.
Ah,
I had to give it
that was a
away.
blue line. Oh.
It was
You
a
had to
real
give
car.
away a red liner?
It was a real car.
Oh, that's.
I had financial problems, so I had to fix it.
Wow.
Danny's trying to vanish himself.
Wow, Stefan's not happy with this already. He's like, what challenge? What have I missed? And Duncan said, oh, Terry versus Ryan racing Need for Speed for marbles.
Yeah, marbles.
Steph
That's
responded,
the victory.
No.
If I win,
He's
I get all the marbles. If you win, I get all the marbles.
Wait, what? Hold on, no, wait.
That's fair, right?
Look, we'll sort it out. But there you go. Live on the Immaterial Gamers podcast, a video game challenge has been. I hope, Steph, but let's be honest, it's Ryan kick his ass. But remember, the success rate for Ryan and video game challenges since the new version has been 0.
Which is why he has to tip the odds in his favor.
Oh God! Right.
Steph.
So anyway,
let's have a bet. Let's have a bet, Steph. We should have a. I'll
hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Terry.
I was about to say you two should have a video game challenge at some point as well.
Our video game challenge is just betting on who wins this video game challenge. It's just a regular bet.
Steph will train me. I will train you. Right. Anyway, Ryan's going to shut up for a minute because we've been at like 50 minutes and we've just.
Do we have news?
For a bit.
Well, you touched on a little bit of news.
Good news, everyone.
I haven't. No, to be honest, I hadn't even. I was so unprepared for this podcast that I didn't even pick up any news.
I don't know. I hit tier 3.
Did you hear about the time where Will Smith hit Chris Rock on the face? That was crazy.
Yeah, we talked about that already. Yeah, D, go talk about Lost Ark and talk about your new tier 3.
I literally today. Today on Lost Ark, I officially hit 1,100 gear score, so I finally go to Pinnacle. What is tier 3 island? I'm going through the story now.
Nice.
I assume that's good because I haven't played Lost Ark.
Well, tier 3 is the last tier. So it's the final island. I'm on. Once I finish this island, I have all 7 arcs and I can get the story. Officially.
For now.
Yeah, it's like World of Warcraft. It'll keep adding more.
Oh, and I have 999 Makoko.
999.
Can't wait for Lost Ark and the Wrath of the Lich King.
Well, Well, there's
Oh, you go
what is it,
backwards. I can't
1,000?
wait for the Indiana Jones themed expansion.
Is it 1,300 or is the Mac cocoa seeds? About 300 off.
Cocoa seeds can get lost. So many of them.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got 999, so I've got 300 left.
99.
But ow. Yeah. It's just basically getting.
Dear me. Keep going. By the way, I coughed. I didn't mean to stop you from.
Oh yeah. The other thing we've been playing is Factorio. We're nearly finished.
Yeah, we're pretty much at the end. It's just
We actually have to build the machines for space, or getting space resources. But we
which
actually have the silo. What is the that's a Factorial first. We actually got to the silo.
I wouldn't say it's a first. I think we've had the silo before, but we always end up just quitting the game after that point.
We can get the thing into space, then we've officially reached new ground. Factorio.
God, there's so many news stories about this particular game. I feel I almost have to just ask, and just make this a regular feature on the Immaterial Games podcast. Has any of you played Elden Ring?
No, but I've
Sounds
heard a lot about it.
I've seen
Okay,
lots
right,
of
cool.
gameplay from Elden Ring, but I have not played Elden
Is
Ring.
it?
Cool. Thus
Why do
ends
I
the
feel like
feature.
Yeah, it's
Why
just
do I-
like
Why do I
I've
feel
not
like
played a
it's
single
Elder
Dark Souls
Scroll?
game.
Oh, it's Dark Souls.
It's a Souls-like. It's
Yeah,
the newest Souls-like.
Souls-like has to be like the most accurate like genre like nomenclature, because it's like you got like your Metroidvania. It's like okay, they've got some spice and variety in there, but it's like the Souls-like games is like it's just the same game being made over and over again. Like it's just, like it's not they're not even trying to hide it.
I heard
Punishing difficulty, massive muscle memory,
And grind.
grim dark storyline.
I heard a story about a guy in Elden Ring or whatever it's called that apparently got like some crazy billions amount of souls from raiding somebody's island or something, and then
That could happen.
basically he got more than he needed for his level, like 100 times more than he needed for his level, and he just ended up quitting that account and making a new one or something. I don't even know why. I can't figure out why, but he basically, I don't know. It was
I mean, I bet if you showed 5 minutes of gameplay from like a random assortment of Souls games, I bet you would not be able to tell which ones. If you were non Dark Souls player, you'd probably be like, these are all the same series.
Well, it's just the graphics upgrade.
Well, this one was written by had the lore of the world written by George R. R. Martin. George R. Martin.
Game of Thrones.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, that's the one. Game of Thrones. Yeah, so he spent time still pissing off Game of Thrones fans by not making the next Game of Thrones book, and had time to write the lore for Elden Ring.
See, that's how you know you're not a real fan. This is like he called it the Game of Thrones book. It's a Song of Ice and Fire, you plebe.
Plebe.
See this here. This is the face of someone who doesn't care.
Is that the face of someone who doesn't care?
I give up.
You're the face of someone who doesn't care.
1 point.
You know, a Song of Ice and Fire. If you take that abbreviation and you try to pronounce it as like a word, it gets like asoyf. It's like if you start saying it faster and faster, it starts to sound like the word asswife. It's like asoyf,
asswife, oh asswife, oh asswife, oh
Oh,
asswife.
with the background you can't see.
Yeah.
I've got a stack of books about.
Yeah, there you go. It's
got the music sorted.
My favorite book series, the Asswife series.
No, I've literally got a stack of books that big that I haven't read.
Nothing better than now. You see now it'd be just great to walk into someone who's a real fan of like the Song of Ice and Fire stuff and Game of Thrones series up to the last one, of course, because everyone hated the last one, and just going, all right, so you're a fan of the Asswife books. You what?
I've got the Chronicles of Onyxia to read. I've got Shadow and Bone to read, and I've got the Tales to read. That's the point.
Sounds like an endeavor.
Fair enough. It is an endeavor.
Well, Chronicles of Onyxia is a 6-book set. Shadow and Bone are 3-book, and like 12, 14 Tales books.
Mm. Oh dear.
That could
Right,
be
so
reading.
what's this? So Sapphire gave me news.
Yes, I told
Okay.
her to.
Good news.
She was
Good
trying to talk to
news,
me.
everyone.
She was trying to talk to me over you guys talking, and I couldn't hear, so I just told her to send it to you.
Wow, that's
Ah,
rude.
apologies. Apologies. We were in talks, but yeah. Just so I know this bit like.
Who likes Harry Potter?
Well, this is the
Sorry.
thing.
As
Yeah,
Sarah Sapphire raises her hand.
yeah.
Is
Who likes Harry Potter?
because that MMO is coming out for Harry Potter.
Well,
Well, in the pipeline. Was.
it's a game. There is no MMO.
Mm.
It's just a I don't know some Warner Brothers RPG stuff, and this is my problem with it. There is a lot of a cultural problem regarding the world of Harry Potter, and in particular J.K. Rowling. But my thing is more Warner Brothers interactive problems. But anyway, Hogwarts Legacy has now got game footage and a
Actual game
um,
footage.
actual game footage.
Because I hate it when they
Right.
do the trailers and it goes, not actual game footage.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well,
That
here's the
gripes.
thing. I think I've told you many times. If in the moment a game puts an advert out that says not actual gameplay footage, I say, well, fuck off until you've actually given me gameplay footage.
Does
Don't
it just
expect me to buy a game based off your highly pre-rendered CG cum shot.
It's like, yeah, you're advertising for a game, not a film.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's an action RPG that's due out on all the consoles. That's not the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
No Switch. No Switch.
Well, you know, to be fair, the Switch is like a PlayStation 2 level of, power. It's like it's not really. I don't
I
really want to be
I
putting
don't
into
consider
big
it a
AAA releases.
console. Like it's not a console. It's like a personal gaming device.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I like it, but
It's like a
it is
handheld gaming device.
it really is in its own league.
And
Mm.
don't get me wrong, I love the Switch, but it is literally a handheld gaming device.
Well,
I
the only
mean,
person.
you need look no further than the fact that they've discontinued the 3DS in favor of making more Switch games. It's it's just like they're clearly merging the two branches.
Which makes
Mm.
sense too.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, the Switch is weird in this situation of it being a portable home console.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the name is for. You switch between
Switch.
mobile
Now my
and
question is,
stationary.
handheld game consoles. Anybody interested in the Steam Deck?
The what?
The Steam Deck.
Not really.
It's the portable Steam console.
I'm not really interested in any portable consoles, to be honest. I don't really go places often enough for it to matter. If I
Well,
were
you
to go
see,
somewhere, I would just use my Switch.
I'm the only
see, this is
person
the
here
thing you
without a
should
Switch.
actually say about that. The Switch. I'm very self-aware of being out in public with a Switch. Just because of the idea, not because not because I'm a 34-year-old male nerd just walking around with a Switch and people just going, oh yeah. It's more the fact that there's a high valued console, because due to the fact that the Switch is more expensive than a DS would have been.
Yeah. It also, like,
I
what
feel a
happens
bit
if you
more
drop
self-aware on the
it?
fact that someone could just yes.
Yeah, if
Like,
you drop it, or if someone went and grabbed it. Yeah, no, it's
I have a.
like
It's
if you had
pretty.
if you had a hard copy of a game, and the Switch itself, and the Joy Cons, it's like you're walking around with like $400 worth of technology just right there.
That being said,
Mhm.
look at your cell phone.
Yeah, there's that. Your phone is
That's
like,
fair.
what are are you worried about this getting stolen? It's like maybe you are, maybe you're not, but this is probably at least
We're.
as important,
I'm
if not
sure
more.
everybody's sort of worried that it's gonna get stolen, but we're not gonna leave the house without it.
I'm not. No. I am not actively concerned at all that someone's going to steal my phone. I want to
No, but
highlight
it's
that.
been a
I
thought.
acknowledge in the back of my head that it's possible, but
Yeah.
it's not something that I ever think about.
Mm,
So in all
that's
fairness,
fair.
it's like my phone is a Samsung top of the line, the S21 Plus.
Yeah.
So it's like what, a $1,200 phone.
Mhm.
So I'm walking around with that in my
makes sense.
pocket.
So you're walking around with 3 Switches. in value in your
Yeah.
pocket.
And I don't think, like Duncan said, I don't think anything of it.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
I'm more worried because it's big and bulky. It's obvious that you have it, but so is a phone. Pretty much anybody out there that wants to rob you is going to assume you have a phone.
Yeah,
That's true.
Because nowadays, it's pretty sad, but nowadays, pretty much everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
I think it's sad. Phones are useful. They're very useful.
Unless you're
They're very handy when you're like, getting mugged, for example.
Yeah.
Or someone
Take
else
my
is getting
phone!
mugged.
Don't kill me!
Funnily enough, they're also very handy if you're lost in the woods somewhere.
Depends
get
on
GPS.
how much of a woods
You get
it
lost
is.
in the woods a lot there, Ryan?
Well, quite a few times.
He's not
Apparently I
talking
can't.
about like an actual forest. He's it's just like a patch of trees like behind his property. It's like, where am I? Which way did I go?
Well, I used to use it as a shortcut from my school to my auntie's house. So yeah, there's woods. Yeah, to be fair, it was about 5 square meters. So it was.
Probably had a path. Carved
It,
through
it,
it.
it yeah, it clearly did. A cycle path on the side.
Like the ones that do
I've
Virgin
seen
Media.
the size of the UK. Your whole country is the size of our backyard.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's that I remember that fact that I looked up one time. It's like if you could fit all of Texas inside of Ontario and still have enough room left over for the entire United Kingdom.
Well, it's like what was it? 3 UKs can fit in like Ontario. Something daft like
Yeah.
that.
I know the UK could fit into Lake Ontario. I don't know how many of them, but
I believe it's three full size UKs can fit in the Lake Ontario.
which is pretty
I
ridiculous
don't
because
know about Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario is pretty small. Lake Superior maybe. Lake Ontario is
One of the
little.
lakes.
It's baby.
One of the Great Lakes.
yeah, but it's pretty ridiculous, like that we're basically sitting on how much fresh water and like all these other countries we're polluting our fresh water and all these other countries are dying for just enough, like even just California and stuff like that are struggling to get enough drinking water.
Mm.
Well, to be fair, they have like 40 million people there. You
Yeah.
get 40 million people in that small place. Is like anywhere, it's going to be hard to fucking logistically feed these people.
Yeah, they have as many people as Canada has in total.
Let's not even talk about Japan.
Yeah, So with that, Hogwarts Legacy is due out at the holiday season at the end of this year.
Right, that was being talked about at some point.
Oh yeah, that's what we were
And
talking
and
about.
and
Speaking of the United
apparently,
Kingdom
and J.K. Rowling is not
and
involved in
plumbing
its creation.
problems,
So yeah, partially, probably less problematic. So yeah, that's a game.
Yep.
sure
Something
is.
to forward it.
Any other business?
Not really. We've been going on for quite a while.
I've been sitting in this room for talking at the camera for 4 hours now. So,
That's fair. That's fair. Right. Well, in that case, we might as well go through the streaming schedule then before we do the wrap up.
There's a streaming
if you-
schedule?
Well, yeah. So if you're watching this live, Tuesdays is Better Together with Duncan and Andrea.
Better
Still,
together.
he's still currently building social links because you got about like 2 weeks left before the next major story point of Persona.
Oh
at
yeah,
the moment.
we've just hit another a big long stretch of not fighting.
Of
So
doing fuck all.
yeah, this is probably gonna be like good 4 streams of that in a row, I would guess.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
nonsense.
occasionally. I mean, to be fair, they're at a point. So it's like if you can, if you're good enough in the dungeons or palaces in Persona 5, you can sort of clear the dungeon within 2, maybe 3 calendar days, and they give you something along the lines of like 2 to 3 weeks
I've got a question,
to
Ryan. Is
to
there any
complete.
other
Yeah,
kind of day than a calendar day?
I mean, I'm talking about in the game because the game is set.
There is.
All the
Yeah,
major
because
events happen on days of the week.
Oh.
it's like
So I don't mean
yeah.
in-game
I think he
days.
meant to. I think he said that to like try to distinguish between like real world days and in-game calendar days.
Yeah, in-game days. We'll go with that.
Okay, I was gonna
Go a
say
bit
because I was
too
like,
much on that, but
Unless we're on
yeah,
a different planet, our days are everywhere the same.
But it's like a lot of the time, and I've been like dipping in and out of their streams on this, and it's just like, days till the cleanse 18. And I'm like, oh, right, they got plenty of time to clear the palace. And then I overhear that they already have 3 days beforehand. So it's 18 days of social links and trips to the bonus dungeon Mementos. Or Mementos.
Mentos?
Good old meme toes.
No, there is a.
Yeah, Mementos.
Speaking of daylight thing happened this weekend for us. Does that mean
It's
Roast-
already happened.
Are we normal now? Is it 10
Yeah,
o'clock over there?
Yeah,
10:22?
25
Yay!
times.
Back to normal times.
Yeah, which means normal streaming times for everyone as well.
To borrow an English phrase, I was doing my head in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So,
10:24.
trying to
Well,
figure out
10:24.
what time I was hosting and telling people to join. I was just like,
yeah.
it's this many hours away.
Because
Yes.
we're back to what is
We're
it? Daylight
-4 for a second. We're in British summertime.
BST.
Summertime.
Oh, and that means that was a
blast.
Lost Ark's been 1 hour behind for a while.
Yeah,
Now that it's now on the same time.
it is. So yeah, everything's back onto the normal times. I mean, to be fair, I've been putting it at like 5 p.m. All the times are in GMT, but like around 5 p.m. GMT, but more closer to 4 p.m. GMT. Duncan and Andrea are doing better together. So yeah, expect another stream of social links and taking the piss out of Morgana.
Yep, that's us.
Just as you do.
That's
Do they have Kale as well as Morgana?
No. Like Morgana, like Morgan Le Fay, but male and a cat. And then Wednesday, there's supposed to be a Rainbow Six stream. We'll confirm closer to the time.
There may or may not be a Rainbow Six stream. If there isn't, I'll probably play more Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
So that'll happen. And Thursday is Teamfight Thursdays, where we're back on the Convergence with the stipulation code named Stage Fright. If you want to know what the stipulation entails, either join us or come watch us on Thursday at 6:30 GMT. Friday is play session, and the game that I'm looking for is called Drink More Glurp.
Glurp.
A party game that takes the idea of track and field and fucks with it. Basically, I don't want to give you any more information other than aliens have watched the Olympic Games and they do their own Olympic Games, but they've done it wrong.
Oh God.
So that's the best thing to sort of get. And then Saturday, you know what? Yeah, Final Fantasy X is going to be the next RPN game.
10-2.
So
Dress
Saturday, no, absolutely not. Saturday at 10 p.m. and Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Because I can. Yeah, 10-2 is the only one I've actually got through.
Yeah, 10-2 can go Huffadong as well.
That explains what happened to you.
Huffaluffa Ding Dong.
Yeah, so we're all going to change into our nighttime dress for you, and
already there.
All right, here we go.
God,
Oh God!
I've only... Jesus, imagine on
Stitch.
stream just went and had a tear off shirt and he just
And we have to get rid of our stream. We have been removed from Twitch.
You can show a shirtless dude on Twitch, surely.
I don't think you
surely
can.
a dude can go topless.
I don't know, man.
Well,
I've heard of streams getting banned for showing their bare feet.
Well,
Teeth.
I mean, there's implications depending on what they're doing there.
Right, anyway, Terry, I think you better get us to the wrap up before we all lose our minds.
How do we do the backup or backup?
The backup, the wrap up.
How do we do the wrap
If you
up?
like what you heard.
No, we don't.
Watched.
No, we don't. We hate it all.
Well, if you enjoyed what we're doing and you want to, know when we're doing more of this stream.
If you hated what you heard and saw, and then you can leave an angry comment.
Yeah.
On
Give
our
us some
YouTube
angry
channel
comments.
at
Tell us
youtube.com/.
how we upset you.
Yeah, please tell us how you're upset, and and then we'll try our best not to upset you and upset someone else instead.
Audio
no, that's not
versions
how it's
are
supposed to
available
work.
everywhere. So
Yeah, Amazon,
get your audio
Apple
versions.
Podcasts, Spotify, that one episode on iHeart, and that other episode on Listen Notes. You know, the
I'll check
usual
iHeart again to see if
places.
there's any more there.
Yeah, yeah. might
Is
as
that the
well.
one that's that like all of our episodes in one mashed together?
Probably. There is one then. Yeah, it's just like let's just play them all. But yeah, you can all check us out on there. And then God, Ryan needs to shut up. He's just took over this podcast. It's like he's supposed to be a guest and ended up being a host. I think this is the point where Terry wants us to say bye now. So
Ciao.
I
Thanks
am
for
in
listening.
slow motion.
Bye.
Bye.
goodbye.